Persuasive talk by two local potters produced a sale. And following royal tradition, the private secretary produced the money, with a little help, ironically enough, from the Vice-Chancellor of the university. Princess Anne seemed pleased with her transaction. The princess then made her way to the lecture hall, where she would answer questions from the students. But before that, she gave them a few of her thoughts about university life.
I decided, after my limited school career, not to go to university. Contrary to some reports, not because I couldn't go to university, but I didn't actually want to go to university. That is not to say that I don't think that there is real value in university education. There is. But I think you can get an awful lot more out of it when you appreciate that it is not necessarily simply a next stage. It's not something you just go on and do simply because it's there. Everybody has a talent of some description. The clever bit is finding it, encouraging them, and making use of it. And all those different talents are needed. And university degrees don't make people better. They may make you more capable to do certain specific jobs or professions. They don't make you better people.
The 30 minutes question and answer session that followed was lively and relaxed. This student wanted to know whether the princess could really get a true reflection of the places she visited when all she could smell was fresh paint.
How much of the real situation do you get a chance to see? I mean, we're always paint up and pretty up and...
Are you trying to tell me that the campus doesn't usually look this tidy?
What was it like when you were, say, when you were growing up, in terms of your especially like your teenage life, going out and these sort of things? Let me just finish off. For instance, in high school and so forth, would your friends treat you any special way?
Well, I don't think it was they treated me in any particularly different way. It would have been almost impossible for them to do so. But that was at a boarding school situation where everybody lived in dormitories. Everybody did the same thing. There was no differences. So that would have been quite difficult. Anything else I don't intend to tell you?
Then the discussion turned to more serious topics. The princess was asked about her role in the Save the Children Fund and what countries like Jamaica, who are developing, should do to close the gap between themselves and the developed world.
Given what you know of what you call developed world, why on earth should you want to close the gap? I mean, there are a lot of advantages that you have in hopefully avoiding some of the mistakes that... Now, and the other point that I would like to mention is you said that we're developing and developed. Well, God help those that you think have finished developing, because they're not doing very well. All countries are developing. They are at just different levels of development. And some have still got huge advantages over those who think they're more developed.
What do you think is the greatest, the need or what we can do more to assist the children of this world?
Did you want another lecture? It's a slight danger mentioning the subject. If you want to improve the lot of children, then you must improve the lot of their mothers. And that can be medical, purely medical, in terms of the state of their health while they're pregnant, but it also must include their ability to look after the children. So that if there is a fundamental baseline to the Save the Children Fund's work, it is working with mothers and getting mothers to be able to take a much greater part in their children's lives and in the lives of the community in which they live.